boys and girls, we are ready to start the show. Make sure you like and share the stream and have a beverage of any kind to partake in the Paracosmic Sip. Coming up in just a bit, the sensation sweep in the nation. Like and share the stream to qualify for those free live wizard readings and help grow the community. One share to one person or one share to 3 people. That's the adventurous route. You can do one or the other, but no, 2 shares is too little, 4 shares is far too much. It's 3 or 1. Those are the keys. Now let's get the show on the road here in 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to Ask a Wizard. That is correct. I did in fact get a haircut. I know, it's pretty intense. I'm pretty excited about it too. I no longer look like a hobo wizard. I now look like a standard wizard. I'm pretty stoked about it. And tonight on the show, we are going to be talking about the time an ad became sentient. We're going to explore the Entj personality type, and I'm going to show you some ads that I actually liked. I know, you've seen Copy Critique, you know. I'm not a fan of ads, but these ads, not so bad. So we're going to look at them, and we're going to build some bonds, because you, as a community here at Ask a Wizard, we will not be defined by what we hate. We will also have things that we love. We are not a community defined by hate. We are community. We will not be defined by what we don't like. We will be defined by building, growing, and creating the beautiful, the good, and the true. Now, without further ado, let's get the Paracosmic Sip going here in 3, 2, 1. The Paracosmic Sip. What is the Paracosmic Sip, you might be wondering? Well, if you're wondering, you must be out of the times. This is the most famous Paracosmic Sip in the entire world. In fact, it's the only Paracosmic Sip in the world. So, if you want to partake in this worldwide sensation, you just need a beverage of any kind. It could be water, it could be wine, it could be tea, it could be coffee, it could be anything you like. And we are going to cause a sensation for you of relaxation and stress relief that is more effective than over-the-counter drugs 50% of the time. Now, how can Tyler make that claim? Isn't that illegal? No, I can't. Or yes, I can. What am I saying? I can make that claim for one reason and one reason alone. The Paracosmic Sip uses what's called the placebo effect. Now, the placebo effect is your mind's ability to alter reality in ways that we have no scientific explanation for. And it's more effective than 50% of over-the-counter drugs. So, we're going to be doing that right now in 3, 2, 1. So first we're going to be taking a look at the adorable owl of relaxation, and this beautiful nature background will induce that state of anxiety relief that we're looking for. Now, let's get all that negative energy out of us by going ahead and making an energy ball in between our hands. Now, I know that sounds weird, but just go with it. Imagine there's an energy ball floating in between your hands, and as you do that, you have to imagine it. If you don't, it will not work. And as you imagine it, you'll actually start to feel a magnetic force in between your hands. You might see wavy lines and glowing. That's totally normal. And once you can feel that slight pressure back, you know it's time to charge it up. And you're going to fill it with all the negative energy, anxiety, stress in your body. Just imagine it flowing through into your arms, into your hands, filling up from the bottom all the way to the top. And imagine it glowing the color of that negative energy, filling from the bottom all the way to the top. And 3, 2, 1. Should be nice and filled now, and you just let that go. And you'll feel that stress relief from your body, which is a great feeling, but it's not enough, you see? Because if we don't fill that energy up with something else to replace it, it's just going to come right back. So what we need is a Paracosmic Sip. So what we're going to do is get the cup that we mentioned earlier, and you're just going to place your hand over the top. You don't have to hold it up like I'm doing with mine. I'm doing that so you can see it on the camera. And you just place your hand on top and imagine, similarly to what you just did, imagine it glowing at the bottom. But this time, let's imagine the exact color of the energy we need. Maybe you need to be relaxed, maybe you need some energy, maybe you need some sleepy time, whatever it is, imagine it glowing in the bottom now. In 3, 2, 1. And imagine it filling all the way up, and you'll feel a tingle on your hand when it's charged. There we go. And now you have a charged cup, and you're about to partake in the event all around the globe. People from Ireland, Montana, California, New York, Florida, Ireland, Australia, Canada, all around the globe, in the world-famous Paracosmic Sip. In 3, 2, 1. You get the exact energy you need right there. You'll feel it go down your throat, fill your whole body with the energy you need. And now it is time for the show, my friends. Welcome, everybody, to Ask a Wizard. How are we doing in chat?
Fantastic.
Awesome. We got any questions, comments, concerns? How are we doing?
We got a newcomer, Taryn.
Taryn, welcome, welcome.
They joined the stream and would like a reading because they go to the TikTok and there's just
nice.
people
That is
on the
true.
TikTok.
That's why we've got this stream, along with the fact that it's the Parliament of Owls. This is a collection of the smartest, best, intelligent, greatest people on the internet. That's what we're all about here, building the greatest group until we reach 1,000. Then we throw it all behind a private server and they'll never see us again. Whoa! All right, boys and girls, the Paracosmic Sip is finished, but you know what isn't finished? The Weekly Weird. Can you go ahead and update that?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's move on to This Week in Weird. Hagfish slime discovery may change the world. It is the world's softest material. Hagfish apparently have a superpower that scientists are just now beginning to understand. The slime that they produce when threatened expands 10,000 times its size, and the material is 100,000 times softer than Jell-O. And yet, it can stop predators' attacks and stick your hand to it and inside of a bucket. In fact, just 1 teaspoon of their slime, which is the normal amount they release to fight predators, will fill an entire bucket, Home Depot bucket, with slime. This was made clear when a car that was transporting these guys for delivery to South Korea, where they're eaten as a delicacy, got in an accident, and his entire vehicle got filled with slime this weekend. So his entire thing was just overflowed with slime. This slime is apparently made of a protein that makes it similar to spider's web, but it's much thinner and it's able to absorb and expand. So engineers think this could give them a blueprint for developing defensive materials as well as very soft material in the near future. That, my friends, is the hagfish. Pretty crazy stuff. What are you thinking, Peeves?
I'm thinking, can you make a cloth out of it?
I'm not. It's more of a slime, so it's more like a Jell-O consistency. Not sure. I'm not sure. Softer than a baby's bottom. Definitely softer than the baby's bottom. That is correct. Oh, shoot. We're getting the YouTube censorship bot going on in here, boys and girls. Lando informed us of this, that for some reason YouTube's been kicking people out of the streams. It seems like we're having that happen now. I'm seeing it going from 7, 9, 15, 7, 9, 15 over and over and over again. So if you're experiencing that, stay strong, my owls. YouTube doesn't like what we do here, but they let us stay on. So we'll just keep strong. All right. Do we got any questions, comments, or concerns from the chat, OPBs? What is your feedback or thought on the topic?
I was instructed to look at the Discord by Singing Owl. And
Okay.
she's trying to make the heart.
The heart of what?
The heart where you put like less than 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
She's
okay,
kinda-
so
she's asking how you flip the 3.
how do you
just
flip the 3?
3 after the...
Yeah.
You can't flip a 3 in chat.
All right, so no feedback or insights? Cool. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next segment here, which is Build, Grow, and Create. The moment you guys have been waiting for, How to Jump Inspiration. Woo! All right, boys and girls, if you are not familiar, Build, Grow, and Create is where we build, grow, and create the beautiful, the good, and the true. This month of March, we are working on how to jump. This is the skill set known as vertical jumping. We are working on it as a community to try and gain 9 inches in just 1 month. Now, the legendary Sherlock Owl, Landonymous Owl, OPBs, myself, as well as many others have taken part in measuring their jumps. Now, this is where you go. You take a piece of chalk. You stand up as straight as you can. Keep your feet flat. Mark with a piece of chalk. And then you're going to vertical jump right up. Mark as high as you can. And measure the distance between. That is your initial start inches. We've got ours measured. OPV's clocked in at a whopping 13 inches. I clocked in at a whopping 9 inches. Sherlock Owl came in at 6 inches. And Lando, the Landonymous Owl came in at, what was that, OPV?
16. inches.
16 inches. All right. Ooh, my jump is in. Yes, indeed. So if you haven't done that yet, let's get into the Discord. I'm going to drop the link for you right now. If you'd like to join us, and you might be saying, Tyler, is this like some sort of sales pitch? Are you a personal trainer? All I'd say is, look at me. Look how fat I am. Do you really think I'm a personal trainer? Of course not. This is just about building, growing, and creating the beautiful, the good, and the true, and getting superpowers and learning how to jump really high. So we're going to see how much inches we can gain, and this is the training that we're doing. There's a guide inside the Discord as well where we are following along with some videos and good stuff. Now, this part of the show, we watch propaganda to inspire ourselves to jump. So let's take a look at some propaganda videos to get us inspired for our ability to soon jump to the moon. Or we could see another bad ad. Shut up, Progressive. I don't care. Oh, this is the worst encounter ever because I'm on the ad and I can't even see my mouse, so I don't even get to click the skip button. I clicked out of it. I clicked out of the ad, blind, without my mouse, and then it pops up a YouTube Premium subscription. Can you believe this? Skip trial. Thank you very much. All right, boys and girls, let's take a look at the inspiration for jumping. So this is a guy running from a security officer. Now there's a second security officer. Wait for it. Boom! He jumps right over him. That's going to be us. Leaping over people. Whew. He's a speedy boy. I love the hands flailing in the front. Whoa. Jeez, man. Oh, how did he get all the way over there? He's a speedy boy, I guess. Security speed. Uh-oh. Door's locked. Here comes the jukes. Nerd. See, that's how you nerded him. Woo! My gosh. This is insanity. Why are there so many security guards? Do they have a spawn point or something? There's a security guy's spawn point nearby. That's how you know. It's like the mob bosses in Minecraft. Jeez. Oh, shit. Oh, I guess he's faster than him. So he's good at the hops. He's not so good at the speeds. Oh my word. The guy's just like, I'm done. Zip. Look at that. He's like an IRL Ratchet and Clank. Grind railing his way around the city. My word. Where does this end? Look at those hops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you don't got stuff to do cool tricks on. Hopping over the bikes. Oh, no, he's decided to reclaim the bikes and go over the top. My word. What are you doing? What was that? Do you even know what that move was? Oh, and he gets tackled by the security guard. All of that work just to have to lose. What a nerd. Oh, I guess he's still getting away. That was some terrible grappling technique, though. Just horrendous. I want to know how the security guards are keeping up with them.
Seriously?
What? How is it that he's just like, yeah, you know, you've been doing all these crazy moves, but it's like the James Bond thing where he's like, I'm just gonna take the elevator while the dude's like free running. My word. All right, boys and girls. Oh, we gotta finish this encounter now that we're here. Oh my. Jeez. That's incredible.
Lando says, low-key think this is scripted.
Oh, I mean, for sure. But it is good propaganda.
Taryn says, is anyone else out of breath watching this guy?
Right? So now he's going for the coward technique. So I think we're going to go ahead and give this the good old pause here. Because obviously we know what's happening here. He's sneaking away. We only got a few seconds left. Oh, and he gets killed. All right, well, what an interesting way to end that. So the moral of that story was if you learn how to jump, it's pointless. So I guess that wasn't the best propaganda, but we'll get better propaganda in the future. Welcome, everybody, to Build, Grow, and Create. Get your numbers in. Let's see how high we can hop. Get your starter numbers and see how much you can gain. All right, boys and girls, we're ready for the next start of the show. This is the first incredible video. Let's take a look at the first incredible video. Don't disturb Disney doggos. Let's find out why. This is wild. I have no idea how this got on the internet and hasn't been censored in every way. All right, so let's take a look at some Disneyland, my old place where I used to work. I used to work here, and I'm very familiar with the area. So let's take a look. I was literally born and raised in Disneyland. I have the entire framework of Disneyland memorized in my head. It is insane how many years I've spent in this place. Pluto's chasing him down. Oh, you want to fight? You want to go? Oh, and he takes it. Oh, no. Watch that kid. Watch that kid. I don't know. I don't know what the backstory is. I don't know. But by the way, that little spot right there, if you go one building over, that's my old job. But oh my gosh, Pluto's losing his mind. I don't know, but he's going after him. Look at this. He's chasing him. I know. He's running for his life. What is Pluto's deal? Oh, and that lady stops him. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I don't know what he did there, but that's don't mess with the Disney doggos. Let me tell you guys, these people are in suits that are, it's 100 degrees outside. They're in full body suits. They can't stay in them for more than 15 minutes because of heat stroke. So just let them, just be nice. Just be nice. They're dealing with some of the most insane things, guys. Just leave them alone. It's so sad what they have to go through. All right, boys and girls. Let's see. Do we got anything in chat, OPs? What are your thoughts and insights? Got anything?
Stomper Owl loves your haircut.
Well, thank you very much, Stomper Owl.
Sherlock Owl says, you're very familiar with the ducks.
I am.
And Terrence
There's a family of ducks that lives in Disneyland. They're pretty cool guys and very nice ducks. Not causing too much trouble.
Terrence says, kid took the dog treats.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Kid took his dog treats.
Yeah.
And then Sherlock Owl said, poor doggy.
Poor doggo. That's just, don't mess with the Disney doggos.
I'd say poor kid. How traumatizing.
I don't know. That's pretty intense, yeah. All right, boys and girls. Well, now it's time for hilarious history. Tonight, we are looking at the time an ad became sentient. Now, you might be wondering, what does this have to do with Garfield the cat? Well, let me tell you. We are all familiar with the lasagna-loving cat known as Garfield, who is everything from theme parks, ads, comic strips, movies, plushies, books, TV shows, coffee mugs, cans of food, cat food. The dude is everywhere. But what you might not know is the story of how Garfield came to be. And more importantly, his true secret purpose. Now, the origins of Garfield are not discussed often, and there is a vested interest in people not knowing about this secret. But that has never stopped me before. So allow me to guide you as we enter in and explore the time a man summoned forth a paracosmic entity from the depths of his spite and made a living ad. Rewind to the 1970s, and Jim Davis is a struggling cartoonist. He loves to make cartoons, but no one is giving him a shot. Jim Davis is obsessed with writing books or cartoons about bugs and insects. And he just loves bugs and insects. So he's just writing over and over, and he's putting all this time and energy into writing well-crafted jokes, beautiful art, well designed, and he is submitting it and submitting it and submitting it. And guess what? Every single step of the way, Jim comes in and he's like, look guys, I've got some bugs for you. And the publisher's like, no, of course we're not going to put bugs. No one likes bugs. Oh, and he just gets so angry, and he'd go back into his little corner and he'd write more bugs and write more bugs. And this process went on and on and on, and Jim Davis began to be infuriated with these people as he saw other comics being a success that were inferior to his product. In his mind, he would see them and say their art is worse, their writing is worse, all they're doing is appealing to the market. That's the reason that they get picked over me. And so finally, one of the people told him again, look, Jim, it's just bugs aren't good. People don't like bugs. And he said, fine, I am going to make something that the market will love. I'm going to give it the single most marketable thing that's ever existed. And he wanted to do this purely out of spite. So he dropped down into the pits of spite and became one with his darkness. He decided to make the most marketable character of all time and do as little work as possible so he could make the biggest success and the most amount of money with the least amount of talent, all to try and prove a point. He started with going with a cat because everyone likes cats and they don't have any race. So you could publish them in every paper and you don't have to worry about being called any form of racist. And if you publish a cat, everyone's going to like the cat. He also took 100 joke formulas that were already proven to work and then from other comics, and then he just recycles those same exact jokes over and over and over again without changing a single thing, because he claimed and said it's not about being good or funny. It's about having things people are able to relate to. So he just wrote 100 things, and he said no one will find it repetitive because these people are too stupid to realize it after 100 comics. And even if they did, they'll think of it as nostalgia rather than repetitive. So he comes in with the most degenerate form of content creation you could imagine. Imagine if PewDiePie just went back every 100 videos and started from video 1 and redid the exact same video again over and over and over again. That's the Garfield formula. And the craziest part about all of this is that he went to pitch this marketing monster, and lo and behold, it was a massive success. Garfield exploded. He was an instant hit, which ironically proved Jim Davis's point, but it was a bit hard for him to hate these people for it because he was quickly ascending the ranks of comic makers and becoming one of the top comics in the country in a matter of years. Now, he had to overcome the greatest challenge of all, which was not just creating a fantastic living ad, which Garfield was, but instead he had to build a business and product empire. And he did not hold back. He was put on movies. He was put on TV mugs. He made plushies. He made DVDs. He made TV shows. He made comic strips. He made books. He was used as educational materials. He was used for dinner plates. Every single thing you could imagine that you could slap the cat on, he had his face embroidered on this thing. Amusement parks were made to Garfield. This was all over the place, and it was a massive success. In fact, it was so successful that he became the highest paid newspaper comic writer in the world. He was a multi-millionaire, all because of his repeat formula garbage Garfield the cat regenerated content strategy, and it was working. And he actually ended up insulting, and it was insulting, and other people in the comic industry began to hate him because he was basically considered a sellout, and they're like, he's cheapening the industry, particularly the guy who writes Calvin and Hobbes. He was known for his commitment to never selling out. He never merchandised his brand outside of the comics, and so he was looking at Garfield as this empire just gobbling away all of the market share from him, who was putting all this effort in art. And meanwhile, Garfield's just like, wow, isn't lasagna good, right? End of comic. And everyone's like, how is he making so much money? And so, to which the big thing about this, though, is everyone got mad at him, but Jim Davis was like, I don't care. I'm making a big old crazy living. Garfield's just growing and growing. And just as if like Garfield starving his face with lasagna, Davis was stuffing his pockets with cash. Garfield grew to be the most successful newspaper comic character of all time. It wasn't until decades later that the world caught on to Davis's ruse that essentially sat as a multi-million-dollar testament to the complete and total control publishing companies have over what gets attention and what doesn't. It wasn't about what is good. It wasn't about who put in the hard work. It was about who the comic could be sold to in regards to sponsors. So a small group of rich businessmen chose what became popular and what didn't. And Garfield never pushed any boundaries. He never said anything controversial. He never aligned with any politics. He never aligned with any nationality. He never stated where he was. He never had any identifiable characteristics whatsoever, and thereby became the most marketable character you could ever imagine. Today, Garfield still goes on to make more and more money. Jim Davis has nearly automated the entire process for Garfield comic creation. He's trained people to match his exact style of drawing and writing, and they use the same formulas over and over to this day. So what's the moral of the story? That which is extremely popular is rarely good. If it isn't quality or skill that makes something blow up. Rather, it's what appeals to a small group of filthy peas with a lot of money and control over distribution channels. This is why we have to support our fellow owls. We have to support small businesses. We have to support online creators that you know and love. You have to support your family and friends and so on. They won't get the attention from the P system, and they never will. So instead of complaining about it, that we need to accept it instead. And we need to be happy that we aren't a part of whatever this maniacal Garfield system is. And that's a good thing. This means that we can all grow organically and naturally by doing great work without the burden of fame, and instead with the support of a good, tightly knit community. And that is the lesson, my friends, of Garfield, the key creature who became a sentient ad. All right, boys and girls, let's see how we're doing in chat. We got any comments, questions, and concerns? Let's find out.
We do have a question from Taryn.
Okay.
They say, always wanted to know, what's the difference between a visitation and a dream?
I never heard of a visitation, so I'm not sure.
Me neither.
I would say a visitation is when a doctor shows up to tell you if you're sick, and then dream is where you have a paracosmic transportation of your soul to another dimension. So something like that.
Ducky Owl says that Blessed Owl used to have a cat named Garfield.
Yes.
When she was really young, and she thought it was actually Garfield. And she would try to figure out why the cat wouldn't talk to her.
That's awesome. I actually was a huge fan of Garfield, too. When I found this out, I was like, I loved Garfield as a kid. I used to read all the books, and, you know, it totally worked. That's the thing, is he did it out of spite, but it was true. He was right. Like, it really did work.
Yeah.
It's quite wondrous.
He is the epitome of work smarter, not harder.
Work smarter, not harder. But what makes it, for me, I find so hilarious about it is he spent so many years trying so hard. And he's just like, screw it, I'm done. I'm just going to make money. And then he did.
They don't appreciate my bugs?
Yeah.
Fine. I can have this fat cat.
Exactly. A visitation from a past one, or you're dreaming of a past one, is what I meant. Should be specific. So your brain holds on to the memories of people who've passed on. Also, there's the ability for God to speak to us through dreams. We know that there's a spiritual gift, a dreamer of dreams. God can also provide us with visions. You can see things. So the way to distinguish between them is, I would say, your connection to the Holy Spirit, and you can ask God and look to the Bible is what they're saying biblically sound. That being said, I wouldn't be trying to commune with any spirits. I wouldn't be going out of my way to talk to spirits because the Bible tells us not to do that. So obviously in a dream, you don't have control over that, so that might add a little bit more credence to it as well. So that would be my take there for you.
Cheesecake Owl asks, what is the craziest thing at Disneyland?
The craziest thing at Disneyland? In what regards?
I don't know. Do you have any, crazy fun facts, or,
I do have some crazy fun facts. When we did graduate night, which is where the high school graduations come from their college and they get to come to Disneyland after closing hours, when we had the Compton school group come in, our entire magic shop lost so much money from inventory being stolen. People literally just walking in and stealing things right off the rack in front of everyone. And in Disneyland, we're not allowed to do anything about that. So we just have to sit there and be like, please don't take that, as they would just sit there and stuff them into their backpacks. That they closed the magic shop there forward and never opened it for grad night again. So that was entertaining.
And they were talking about things they did when they were younger, like making mud cakes and spicing them up with pine noodles and pretending to be homeless.
What?
Sherlock Owl says she would pretend to be homeless and she would look inside my grandma's house like, I wish I lived here. Look at this nice family.
I love it. Wow, what a wonderful home.
And they're just like, Sherlock Owl, dinner. She's like, wow, what a nice family. Must be nice.
You have homework to do.
Yeah. What are you doing outside? It's raining.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And then Cheesecake Owl says he used to do silly things too, and in the woods he would pretend he was an Indian.
Nice.
And I said I would pretend I was a dinosaur, and I would make beds out of leaves and sleep in them.
Me and Brett used to go and stand in the street, and when cars came by, we would pretend, I would stand on one sidewalk, he'd stand on another. As a car came down the street, we would pretend like we're pulling a rope really tight and get cars to slam on their brakes because they thought we were holding a rope in front of their cars. And then they would slowly inch forward to try and see if there was a rope, and we'd act like we're struggling against their car, and then they would floor it eventually and find out there was no rope.
That is so funny. And Sherlock Owl just puts, I ate leaves.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. All right. That's commitment to the bit. I like it. All right, boys and girls. Well, now it is time for that moment you've been waiting for. It is another incredible video. I thought we were going into the next segment. My bad. You've been sleeping on sea lions, though. Let me tell you guys. Sea lions, you think, oh, yeah, those floppy boys. They're nothing spooky. Well, it turns out sea lions are really spooky, man. These things are rough. Look how fat that thing is. They're like the size of a small bear.
Yeah.
How close could I get now?
Actually, not even a small bear. I'd say a medium-sized brown bear. These things are massive.
Let's see what happens.
So this guy's gonna challenge him. He's already looking like he's like, what? Step up, bro. Step up.
Hey, baby. Hi.
Woo.
Oh, come on. What are you whining about? You know I'm not here to hurt you. Here.
He knows.
And
He
don't
visits
get me
often.
Yes.
Look how upset she is. Oh, that's the big boy.
If you just go about it slow. sleeping up here.
Oh! Oh! Look at those teeth! Jeez. Okay, so she's going back in the water, but now the big boy's upset. Oh! Oh no! Look how huge he is. He's twice the size of the girl. Oh my gosh! Look at that Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie head he's got on him too. You know he's got that special boy strength.
Surprisingly quick for being on the
The big one's coming at me.
Look at that big teeth too. Jeez, man.
Okay, bye guys. I gotta go.
Alright, so that is the sea lions. Now keep that in mind because we are going to find the solution to that in a near upcoming incredible video. So keep in mind how terrifying these things can be, and keep that in mind because I have the solution for you.
Were they just trying to get him off the dock?
I think he was just trying to say hi.
Oh.
I think he was just trying to say hi.
Oh, okay.
All right, boys and girls. Now for the segment you've all been waiting for. The Wizard Academy and the Arcanauts. Exploring the ENTJ personality type. If you guys aren't familiar, we've been doing the personality type series here where we're going through the 16 personality types. These are the characters that God has written in as like character types into the universe of the archetypical story that is existence itself. These were documented by Carl Jung, and they fit in very well with Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. If you don't know what your personality type is, let us know in the chat. We'll drop the link for you, and we will get you that personality test. It's got the test as well as a video that explains a little bit about your personality type more in depth. So if you're interested in that, it is free. Let us know in the chat, and OPVs will get it to you at the end. You'll probably have to join the Discord, though, for us to send you the link. So let's move on to the ENTJ. The ENTJ is found carrying out his plans with all of his being. They are the doers and like to make things happen in the real world. They want to know what is the best way things can be done and how they can do it. Despite this crushing mentality, they are oddly self-conscious around crowds. And despite the fact that they have an appearance of self-assuredness, they come off as slightly robotic in some way, almost like everything is pre-planned. They tend to give off this impression that they're almost like rendering social skills consciously, like they're thinking, this is what I should say in this circumstance, rather than intuitively expressing themselves, which can give them an odd robotic-like quality, but they can develop this skill over time. However, it does still become a part of their personality. So even though, for example, like David Letterman is an example of someone who's mastered this skill set, he still comes off as if he's processing things consciously and thinking, what is the right thing to say in this circumstance? They have a tendency to pick fights with others, to establish order, or correct others, and this can lead to them hurting people's feelings or cutting off their heads if you're Napoleon Bonaparte, or I should say Julius Caesar. But that is the downsides of this personality. That being said, they do come from a place of altruism where they want to help the world as a humanitarian, and they realize that despite their better plans, they find the majority of people aren't really interested in their plans. So what this can lead to a situation of happening is that they will take power and force their ideas onto people. That's the dark side of this personality type. That being said, they all have a deep need to be successful, and they need other people to see them as successful. And they love to live in places that are very orderly, beautiful, and rationally designed places of living, and reflective of that success that they want for themselves. So that's the ENTJ wrap up. Let's take a little bit of a deeper look into the archetypes here. So from the archetypical perspective, On the good side of things, we have the Emperor archetype. This is the Napoleon Bonaparte, the Julius Caesar, the person who rules and is loved by the people. You also have the commander of a military. These are the people who, Master and Commanders, if you're familiar with that movie. These are the people who sit back in with the chessboard, planning out the strategies of how to conquer. And finally, you have the Revolutionaries. These are the people, specifically like Napoleon Bonaparte, who identify a system that is bad, that needs to be fixed and overthrown. They have a better way, and they execute on that plan to take over and conquer. Now, on the dark side of this personality type, you have the dictator. The dictator personality type being the person who has their ideas and forces it on the people whether they like it or not. You also have the warlord archetype. These are the people who, once they attain power, they enforce it violently, like Vlad the Impaler. And finally, you have the tyrant. These are the people who will acquire massive amounts of power and wealth and then use it to force their beliefs and ideas down people's throats, despite the fact that they aren't good ideas or good for the world. You see that exemplified here with George Soros, one of the most evil men who's ever lived, alongside Stalin, also one of the evilest men who's ever lived. Stalin actually killed 50 million people because of his ideas. Very, very dark person. But on the bright side, you have wondrous geniuses like Julius Caesar, Napoleon Bonaparte, and Aristotle, the smartest philosopher in the world. He's arguably one of the smartest people who's ever lived, and a legendary philosopher. So you can see the personality type does not make the morality. Both personality types can be good or bad. It is your choice to whether you be good or evil, not your personality type. That being said, let's move on to some examples of the characters here from different films and shows and fiction and reality. Some of the types that fall into this category is Napoleon Bonaparte, Julius Caesar, Aristotle, Light Yagami from Death Note, Steve Jobs, the guy that made the iPhone, Voldemort from Harry Potter, Plankton from SpongeBob, Stalin from the guy who killed a bunch of Russian people, Patrick Bateman, the serial killer, the serial killer guy in that one show. What is it about? Where he's
Bates Hotel?
Where he like dresses up all the time and he wants to be like super perfectionist.
What?
I can't remember what it is. You let me know in the chat. Don Draper, Vlad the Impaler, Invader Zim, one of my favorite shows, Lex Luthor from Superman, Leonidas from 300, David Letterman, the talk show host, George Soros, the evil billionaire, and Cartman from South Park.
Nice.
So those are some of the cartoons and characters in real life all mixed together to just kind of give you that vibe of what we're talking about here.
American Psycho.
American Psycho, that's what it's from. All right, so with that, let's move on to the strengths and the weaknesses. First up are the strengths. In terms of strengths, these people are very efficient. These are the kinds of people that once you give them a plan, they're going to do what needs to get done and not put in any more effort than is needed. They tend to be very energetic and driven people. These guys crush and get the job done. They're also very confident and strong-willed. So they are not someone who's going to kowtow to pressure. They are going to keep pushing forward and get the jobs done. Combine this with their strategic thinking, and this makes them into a very powerful force to be reckoned with. When you combine the fact that they are very energetic, very confident, and strong-willed with a fantastic strategy, this is virtually an unstoppable force. Finally, you give them this perk of charisma and being inspiring, and if they just fine-tune their public speaking skills, these are the kinds of people that can literally just take over countries, take over businesses, and really make things happen. So this is a very powerful personality type for leadership. This is the natural leader coming through here. Now, in terms of weaknesses, On the negative side of things, they can tend to be pretty stubborn. So what happens is if they don't, if their principles and alignments aren't as thought out as they should be, they can get very stubborn and try to stick with them despite the fact that it's not the right way to go about things. They also tend to be very intolerant of people who disagree with their beliefs. So if someone goes against what they think is the right way to do things, they can become very aggressive towards them. They also tend to be impatient. They don't want to sit around and wait years and years for their plans to work out. They want to get it done right here and right now. You combine this with a high level of arrogance, and this can lead to their downfalls. We see this with Napoleon, for example. His downfall was his arrogance. They tend to also be very bad at handling their own emotions. So this can be a problem for them. This is one of the vulnerabilities you see in this personality type, is their ease of being able to get under their skin and manipulate them. Finally, they're known for being very cold and ruthless. You see this with Julius Caesar and, executing people for not following his ideas, and Vlad the Impaler using violence and death and horror to enforce his beliefs onto the people. So those are the strengths and weaknesses of the ENTP. And that is the wrap up there for the ENTJ. Let's see what we got in chat. How are we doing? Let us know, boys and girls. What are you guys thinking? What are you guys feeling? Let us know.
Good. Taryn has a good reminder. Spring forward time happens this Sunday.
What is that?
When you spring forward an hour?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, this Sunday already.
Jeez.
Spring is in 12 days.
Wow, that's crazy.
And yeah, they love Bates Motel, so maybe a good show to watch.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything
That's all
else?
the feedback I
All
got.
right. Have you ever met one of these people in real life before? And have you ever heard of? I've seen them before, and I'm inspired by a lot of them. Like my favorite philosopher is Aristotle, but I haven't. And I love Napoleon Bonaparte and Julius Caesar, and Light Yagami, even though he's evil.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. I never really encountered them, I think, in real life. I've never met someone with this personality type.
I don't think I really have either. And it seems like there's so many different types. Like Invader Zim is much different than Light Yagami.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the big difference, is if their principles are off, that's the problem. So Invader Zim has so if you're arrogant but you actually have the skills to back it up, then you crush. But if you don't have the skills to back it up and you're arrogant, well, then you just kind of suck. Yeah. And so I think that's kind of what we see there, is how, Cartman's another example of that as well, where it's like he's a little 10-year-old kid, so what's he gonna do? But and so actually, that's
I don't want to this sounds bad, but there's a lot of people like on this list who are kind of like evil, or like negative.
Mm-hmm.
Have negative associations. Like Voldemort, Plankton, they're like the bad guy.
Right.
Which is weird because it's like the leader, right?
Yeah, well, I think that there's a lot of propaganda around this type as well. This is another reason I'm not a big fan of Harry Potter, is Voldemort is the embodiment of someone who's a successful leader doing good things, and so they go and make him the bad guy. And you see the same thing with Harry Potter. Who's the bad guy? The blonde kid. Why? Because he's the jock that crushes at school and does a great job. Because that's the portraying the nerd. The people who write the books are the nerds that got picked on in school, and so they want to put themselves as the special boy in the character of everything goes great for him because he was just born this way and he's so special and he doesn't have to work for it. And oh man, those people who work hard and practice are the big stupid dummies. They're so mean and dumb, and leaders are terrible. I really know what's best. And it's just kind of a weird mentality kind of thing that typically comes through with books that I see projected. You don't get that with like Lord of the Rings, though. You don't see that with C.S. Lewis's books either. They really emphasize hard work, dedication, high morale, and principles. So I think that's where you kind of see this coming through, is people don't like leaders when they're weak people. Weak people don't like leaders. And the people who make movies are typically weak people.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never really met one of these in real life.
Yeah, they're pretty rare, I guess. But they're actually surprisingly more common than like my personality type. They're not that rare of one, yet I haven't really seen them. It's very odd. Maybe they're too busy doing stuff.
I guess so.
We have a shortage of leaders, apparently.
Stomper Owl says, Tyler, I'm excited for the magic this week.
Awesome. I'm glad. All right. So with that, do we have anything else?
Do you want a good smoothie recipe?
No, I'm good.
Ducky Owl made a great one.
Wow. Well, I'm good. I only eat broccoli, beans, chicken, onions, and bacon 6 days a week. And that's my goal, to lose weight.
You want a smoothie on cheat day?
No, thank you.
Not this one.
No, thank you. All right, boys and girls, let's move on to the first round of live wizard readings. But before that, make sure you get your self-learning course if you haven't. This is a free course that teaches you how to learn anything without student debt. It's a free course that is available to you in the description. It is also available in the disclaimer in the comments, and do read that if you're under 18. We're going to be moving on into the more adult theme section after these round of readings. So make sure you read that disclaimer. Make sure you get your free course. And if you do have to book it after this, that is okay. We're going to drop the Discord link here for you. You can still be a part of our community, even if you're under 18, and of course have parents' permission. And you still want to be a part of it. You just don't like, or maybe you're not. It's not that you're under 18. You just don't like spooky videos. You don't like more inappropriate humor. You don't like more serious topics. That's fine too. You're still part of the community. We got the Discord in there for you to like and follow and subscribe and whatever else you do in Discord. What do you do in Discord, O'Peeves?
You @mention people and put your numbers in for the jump challenge.
Jump challenge. That's right. All right, boys and girls. With that, let's get started with our first round of live wizard readings. And let's get this going. And by the way, if you want one of these readings, just like and share the stream. That's how you qualify for those free live wizard readings. And that helps us grow the stream as well. It's greatly appreciated. If you want to financially support the stream, you can go to paypal.me/askawizard. Pay whatever you think a reading is worth. You can then get a 3-card reading instead of a 1-card reading. Or you can send your letters to P.O. Box 8881, Missoula, Montana, 59807. However, we've had a few people say that they've sent in letters, but we haven't seen them come through to our P.O. box. So if you've sent a letter and got it sent back or anything, please let us know. We want to make sure there's no issues going on with that for you guys. Let us know in the chat as well. All right, who's up first?
Up first, we have Taryn.
All right, Taryn. Anything in particular you're looking for a reading about? Let me know. Let me know, Taryn.
And if anyone else wants a reading, let me know, because Taryn's the one and only.
Ooh, the one and only. Wow. Seeing myself in the camera with my new haircut, I'm like, wow, that guy doesn't look homeless at all. I'm very proud of not looking homeless.
Right?
Yes,
that's fresh.
It's very good to know. Very good to know that I indeed am not going to be considered homeless as we walk every day, and people increasingly go like to me as we walk by. Slowly but surely, they start to wonder, wait a minute, but he's with this beautiful woman, so he can't be that homeless, right? And then I'm just smiling and happy and having a good time, covered in snow with long, crazy hair. And they're like, what is going on here? He must be. And now tomorrow, when I go on my walk, they're not even going to know. They're going to think that guy died. They're going to think I died in my sleep. And a new person has replaced me with the same woman. And they're going to be mean to OPBs. They're going to be like, wow, she didn't even wait one day before she replaced him. Wow, how terrible. I'm even going to change my sweatshirt so they really get confused. Really get confused. Absolutely.
I would wait for eternity. Taryn says, anything? I know I have a huge exam on the 15th and I'm nervous. This exam determines if I get into the radiology program.
Oh boy.
Future, anything.
Okay, let's get you a live wizard reading here. Just as a heads up, I am not a psychic. I am a wizard, so we're using archetypical story, philosophy, magic, and illusion. I've memorized it with this deck of cards, so the goal here is to figure out what character are you, what story are you in, what philosophical advice do you need, and I'm doing that with magic and illusion. We're not talking to spirits or angels or demons or any of that kind of stuff. This is about getting you the logos that you need to help you on your hero's journey. All right, let's get this going. Also, that means I can't tell you the future because you can't predict the future. If I did, it would change the future. As the toe-nibbling duck of Subway has taught us. Ooh, all right. Well, this is a fantastic card. Perfectly in alignment here with you, how are we going with that? Terran? Is that a reference to Terran from StarCraft? Let me know. Well, because it's not how you spell it, but that is how it's pronounced. So I'm interested. I'm a big fan of StarCraft. So what we got here is the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is about a grind in the material. So what this is saying is you're in actually the best place you can be, in my opinion. This is my favorite place to be in life. This is when you enter into the phase where you finally know what works and what doesn't work. You're able to look objectively at your own work and see, this really sucked. And you're able to see what you did and say, that was really good. And so you can tell yourself, I'm going to do more of the thing that's working well and less of the thing that's sucking without the input of another person. Once you're able to do this, you are now on the path to success. It's just a matter of time because you can go and A/B test yourself now to success. So what's important here is to trust in the process. If you are attempting to do something that is possible, even if you feel insecure about it, even if you feel like I'm even at the bottom of the bucket, it doesn't really matter where you start if you're able to do this. If you're able to go and say, man, I sucked because of blah, blah, blah. Let me improve that. Even if it's just 1%, it could take a long time to succeed, but you're eventually going to get through it. And the key here is just to not get negative on yourself. This is a really hard place to reach. For example, I haven't even reached it myself with this stream. I'm really grinding. I'm still stuck at that 6 of Pentacles. Grind, waiting to get to the point where I'm good enough to be able to watch my stream and say, wow, I really sucked because of these things. And wow, I'm doing okay on those things. And be able to improve. So if you've reached this point, congratulations, keep pushing forward. You're going to get through. So that's amazing to see there popping up for you, Terrence. Let me know in the chat below if that was helpful for you and gave you some insights. And we're going to move on to, is there anyone else who's looking for a reading, or are we moving on to the next section?
Else at this moment.
No problem.
Terrence says, I have no idea. My grandma Tiara named me.
Oh, nice. So that's your actual name. Nice. All right. So there's a group in StarCraft called the Terran. They're the human groups who are awesome, and they fight against 2 different alien races. And the more I'm talking about this, the more nerdy it sounds. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop now, but yes.
Well, you want to talk about nerdy things? Cheesecake Owl asks, do you believe the Holy Grail exists?
That's a good question. There's all these references to the Holy Grail. There's a lot of people looking for the Holy Grail. I am assuming that there probably is a Holy Grail in the sense there probably was a cup that Jesus drank out of at some point. Now, whether or not it has magical powers that can make you live forever, that I'm a little bit more skeptical of. But certainly there was cups that Jesus probably drank out of, and there must have been one last cup that he drank out of on the Last Supper. So I would assume that cup would be worth some big bucks on the market. I don't know if you guys know, but there's an entire black market in Israel, I believe, and Egypt, where they sell pieces of the cross, authentic pieces of the cross, and the authentic pieces of the cross are like in the amounts so high that you could small forest with the amount of trees that have been cut down for these cross. So you got to be really careful, because there are some unethical people who will go and try and shady their way into some money through the legacy of the Lord. So so I'd be very skeptical if anyone said that they found the Holy Grail.
Yes. Taryn says, this is awesome because I'm always negative on myself. I always think of what ifs and always thinking of backup plans in case I fail instead of staying positive.
Yeah, well, backup plans are good to have. I wouldn't be against backup plans. What's important to note is that once you've entered that state of self-mastery and you can execute an A/B test, that's the key, that you have to be doing A/B tests and tracking your results. What is an A/B test, for those of you who don't know? That means, okay, so I watch my stream after the show. What did I do that sucked? How could I do that differently next time? And then you do that one thing differently. And then you do that again. And you just keep doing that forever. And eventually you will arrive at a better product. That's more or less what it is.
Cheesecake Owl would like a reading.
All right, Cheesecake Owl, what up? What are we getting her a reading on? Whether or not the Cheesecake Factory will still be around in the future?
Oh, 100%. Cheesecake's going nowhere.
Okay.
Athena Owl says, I forgot what the term for many real events being mashed into one myth. but it is surely like that. Same as people like Ragnar Lothbrok. Probably a mash of several leaders and heroes.
Maybe he's talking about the Holy Grail?
Maybe?
Maybe.
Do you like Indiana Jones franchise?
I was a pretty big fan of Indiana Jones when I was a kid. I haven't watched it recently. I know that I really didn't like the fake one that no one acknowledges existing. Where they're like, oh, but it was aliens the whole time. Wow! And you're just like... And then they had that partnership with the History Channel, so they're just like plugging it for just years, going, did you know there was a real crystal skull with encrypted data? Really? Because it's kind of weird that we haven't, 20 years later with our AI systems broken that code. Very odd, since no one's been able to even find the encrypted data files. Ever. A little odd. It's also weird that they all showed up right around the time that movie came out.
Cheesecake Owl says he would like a general reading.
All right, general reading it is. Ooh, the Three of Swords. All right, so this is an intense card here, Cheesecake Owl. What this represents is the Three of Hearts. So the Three of Hearts is about growth in the logos. And so what this is saying is that we're going through a time right now where our confidence is being challenged. We have gained knowledge that has hurt us emotionally. And, there's this weird almost honor that seems to be coming through in my intuition here, where we're asking ourselves, maybe I am not good. Maybe I am the problem, and we're kind of exercising this thought process of envy, I think, is what's coming to mind here. And so you're asking yourself, maybe I am envious. But what's really odd is that if we're really envious here, are we envious or are we sympathetic? I think is the weird, and it's odd. It's like, how would you mix up envy with sympathy? But I think what's happening here is that you are trying to do the best thing for someone, and they're perceiving it in a way that is different from what you're trying to do. And because of your honor and because of the fact that you're a good person, you are actually listening to their negativity towards your kindness and taking that as maybe they are right, and you're listening to them, but in reality you're doing the right thing. So when you're in this kind of situation here, Cheesecake Owl, what I'd recommend doing is instead sometimes good messages sent to the wrong person at the wrong time can still cause them to be upset, and that's not really your fault. But definitely read the room there and say, maybe I should just let this person vent their emotions and then come back at a different time. You gave it your best shot, you tried to help them out, and now it's kind of on them to fix that. So that's what we see there with the Three of Swords popping up there for you. Hope that helps you out, Cheesecake Owl. Let me know in the comments below if that helped you out, and we'll move on to, is there any other readings?
Do you remember the card Taryn received again?
Card Taryn, there's a rewind function. However, gosh, I don't remember it. No, my brain does not register it. It was the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is what it was, because it was a grind in the material. Yeah, my favorite situation to be in.
And
all right.
No other readings right now.
All right, sounds good. Well, with that, let's move on to the next incredible video. But before we do, just as a reminder here, guys, if you're under 18, we're going to be moving into the more adult-themed stuff. This is going to have more inappropriate comedy, serious topics, philosophy, scary videos, that kind of thing. So if you're under 18, make sure you have your parents' permission first. If not, or if you're just not into that kind of thing, perfectly fine. Now's a good time to book it, and we're going to move right on into that. I'm going to do one more incredible video for you guys while we give you a chance to clear out or bring in new friends. Now is the more adult-themed part of the show, so you can invite them in. And we're going to begin that in just a bit, and we'll have another incredible video, which is a callback to the sea lion. So we saw how intense the sea lion was. We saw how spooky he was. Now we're going to find out, how does the sea lion fare against a good boy? Let's find out. Look at that. Did you see that sea lion's face, man? He is like 5 times the size of the good boy.
Cheesecake Alice says, I don't think a cup could give eternal life. Only Jesus can.
Yes, definitely on that.
And I don't remember if I told you, but Athena Owl was talking about the Holy Grail.
Nice.
So
Okay. All right, so let's take a look at Good Boy versus Sea Lions. So we saw how scary they are. We saw that they are a menace to society. Now let's take a look and see what the solution is. One good boy. Like 8 sea lions.
Oh boy.
So he's scoping out his territory. He's making a plan. Ooh, they're getting angry. Similar to the first video. We saw that engagement process, right? Here he goes. The stare down of the century. It's like, I can take him.
Get him, good boy. Get him.
Oh, my word. Those things are a good 6 times his size. It's not even close.
A good boy.
Ooh. Who's gonna make the first move?
No.
This is like a western. This is a western. Do do do. Beep beep beep. Oh! He takes something. He took a step. He took a step.
It's high noon. Oh my god.
All the sea lions going. What? What? Oh! He's going. He's going. Boom! Boom! Another! Oh, they can't stop the good boy! Boo, 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 boo. Good boy goes 8v1 against the sea lions. Not even a challenge. What a legend this good boy is. My word, what a good boy. Absolutely legendary. Incredible.
That was so like...
I'm so impressed. Look at that. He knocked them all down. They didn't even put up a fight. They're all fluff. No backbones. Look at that. That one tried to put up a fight. Boom, boom, boom. Boom.
They just went down.
Knocked him over.
One.
What a legend. All
I
right.
don't even know if he's biting him. He's just
I don't
like,
think so either. I think he's just trying to play.
Like vibrating on him.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the heck?
Ah, good,
Oh my
doggo.
gosh. Oh
He's
my
too
God.
good. Ah. His moves are so fast. I think
What
he's
is
like a
this?
ninja. He's just like...
They
don't even know what's
do.
happening. Exactly.
They really didn't.
It's like Minato going through the crowd, or what's the other, Madara, when he's just like slicing down
Yeah.
thousands of people at a time. Legendary. All right. So.
Stomper Owl has a request for you.
Uh-oh, what's the
He
request?
says, do you want to have a push-up contest with me?
No, I do not. I want to do the stream.
Jumping challenge!
I want to do the jumping challenge. Yeah, try and gain more inches for sure. It's a pretty low bar. I'm at 9 inches. It's not that much. All right, let's move on to the show. So we're going to be playing a character here in just a bit, boys and girls. Now, this one's a little bit different here today. Now, you may be familiar with copy critique. That's where we critique some of the most outrageous ads in the world. But I think it's important, so you're going to need to go with me here, guys, is understand this probably won't be as funny as some of our previous copy critiques, but it's important for us as a community that we're not defined by what we hate. I don't want the owls to be defined by just hating things. Instead, we're also going to like things. So today, we're not going to be just looking at ads that we hate, but we're also going to look at some stuff that the wizard likes. And I think that that is a fun way to go forward with it, because I think it's going to be really entertaining for us to go and stonks this in the same way that they did with GameStop. I think it'll be really fun for us to go and blow up videos on arbitrary billion-dollar companies that have like 300 views and no comments. And then all of a sudden, there just get 7 comments that are like, I like this ad, thumbs up. And then that gets us into the boardrooms of billion-dollar companies. People who are getting paid way more money than they know what to do with, that don't understand the internet, are going to receive that and think, wow, these guys really liked what we did there. And then we start swaying these billion-dollar companies, and they won't even know that it's us doing it. That's the plan. And then we can do the opposite to the other companies and watch them burn. All right, so we're going to get that disclaimer out there in just a bit. And I'll see you in just a second. All right, that should be enough for us there, boys and girls. So let's get started here. I'll get this disclaimer up for OPV so she has the ability to edit it at some point in the future, hypothetically, theoretically, maybe. All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody, to Copy Critique. Tonight, we're looking at the prophecies. Get it? Because it's the word prophet. Of the Wizard. And tonight we're talking about the fact that I like these ads. The Wizard. All right, we're looking at Jimmy John's and Arby's, and more importantly, we're going to be looking at their competition that's supposedly higher than them, but I'm making some bold predictions here tonight, and that is one of the things that we like to do around here, is toast, my friends, to the end of deadly companies as they fall, as they burn, as their sales plummet, and we watch them slowly but surely, their stocks just plummeting down, revenue going down as their ads become worse and worse, and then we watch from the fire of their death, glory ascends. And that, my friends, is the theme of today. First off on the list, I would like to pronounce one such prophecy, which is the prophecy of the Wizard, the rise of Arby's, and the fall of McShame. I believe McDonald's is going to be falling in revenue, and I believe Arby's is on the rise. Now, let me show you my reason for believing this. Let us begin. All right. So, first off, let's just take a look at a wonderful piece of advertising. This is just stunning. This brought joy to my heart. When I saw this, I changed the entire theme of the show based on this ad alone, because I saw it and I said, wow, there's a company that's got a lot of money and they're doing advertising well. I'm a happy person. So let's take a look. The Arby's fish check bar apply now, so a solid subject line. This isn't like what we've seen with all these other crap videos. You don't see them coming in and it's not like McDonald's 30-second 20 bar dash happy now meal. You're like, what does that have to do with anything? Or Facina's 9-13 McDonald's 5 seconds. You're like, what why are these my subject lines? It makes no sense. So very good off the bat. Let's take a look what this ad is. Before even the first second, Arby's logo right on the front, logo Arby's showing through. We've already passed the first rules of a good ad, so we're off to a good start here. Good start, Arby's. We like this ad. We like Arby's.
This is a filet of fish.
All right, this is a filet of fish. 5-second mark, still another. We're at the 2-second mark. Arby's logo again on the scene. All right, so we open the vault. We're presented with the filet of fish from McDonald's. Ooh.
And this is Arby's crispy fish sandwich. And these are thousands of checks. If you feel like you've ever settled for a filet of fish, Arby's wants to give you a check for $3.79.
Wow.
No strings attached. Just Arby's flat out mailing you money for some great fish. It's like you get a fish do-over. Arby'sFishCheck.com. It's a check for fish from Arby's.
Freedom!
Wow.
That, my friends, is an ad. Are you kidding me? Can you?
This is the ad of your dreams.
This is exactly what life is supposed to be. Are you kidding me? Every time. This should be what you see all day. Think about this. If you're on YouTube and you're watching a YouTube video and someone tells you, hey, I get that this is annoying that I'm interrupting you right now, so hear me out. I'm going to send you money in the mail to buy my product to see if it's better, okay? Like,
Wow.
what? Would that not make you happy? Would you not be inspired by that? Would that not? Hey, worst case scenario, I got a free fish sandwich. That's pretty legit.
I don't even like fish, and I want
Oh,
this fish
Peavy's is
sandwich.
trying to buy it. She hates fish sandwiches. This is fantastic, Arby's, and this is why we like this ad.
Where do I sign up?
This is it expires on 3/12. What day is it?
3/8.
Oh, you still got time.
We
So,
gotta get started. Everybody.
well, you guys might want some free fish. Now, I get that. So, what I would recommend doing is come on over to Arby's right now. The video is called Arby's Fish Check Bar Apply Now. It has 41,000 views. We're going to give this guy the big old thumbs up because this is a fantastic ad done so well. And you can leave a public comment here. I'm going to say, the wizard... Oh, we're going to give this I like this ad. The wizard. They don't even understand. Getting the I like this ad means that they're guaranteed success in my tummy alone, because my tummy is not a predictor of the future. But let me tell you guys, the reason why call it prophecy is because I am never wrong. Ever, except the times that I am, but I'm never wrong about these things. Okay, I have an eye for this. When I say a business is gonna do well, trust me, it's gonna do very, very well. All right, we're gonna give this a nice comment here. We're giving it the I like this ad, the wizard. That is basically an endorsement. Arby's, you can send me the $1 billion endorsement I just gave you as a check. However, if you guys want to get your fish checks, go over to Arby's, hit the show more button. They have a link right here called the Arby'sFishCheck.com. I'm gonna open that up and save that bad boy for later. You know what? Let's take a look at this. Let's see how they're doing on analytics. Let's see what their tag manager's like. See if I can crap on that and give them some improvements.
Cheesecake Owl commented.
Look at that. Look at that. They've got their Google Analytics set up correctly, people. They've got their tag manager set up. They're tracking data correctly. They've got a beautiful landing page. We're sorry. The $3.79 checks are gone. Oh
my
no.
God.
They already sold out of their checks. That's probably why they stopped running this ad, which means it was an incredible success. Let's see how many they had to sell. All right, let's take a look at how effective this ad is. Hold on.
And these are thousands of checks.
Thousands of checks. The first 10,000 people to sign up. Okay,
Wow.
So guys, let's take a look at that. Their conversion rate on this ad, they had 41,836 views. That's how many views. I probably gave them 836 of those. Now, let's say 10,000 people divided by 41,836 views. That is a conversion rate off of a YouTube video of 24%.
Wow.
A great conversion rate for these billion-dollar fraud companies that suck is considered 0.5%. They just 48x'd the results of McDonald's and all these other crap companies. My word. I like Arby's. This ad is good. All right. I like this ad. We like them. So, oh my gosh, they're getting a lot of thumbs up, guys. It just shot up by like 1 billion. What in the world? What's going on here?
Our owls owls are coming in.
Uh-oh. Oh, well, let's see what do I need to look up? What comments?
Cheesecake Owl commented. He said, ads done right are ladies and gents.
Woo! Yes!
And then Landon.
Oh my gosh, we've got 6 comments on this thing already. What is going? I'm going to like my own comment here. This is crazy. Don't we all? Absolutely. Sherlock Owl coming in with the don't we all. Who should I be searching for to give them the thumbs up? Oh, Sherlock Owl dropping. If the wizard approves, you're doing something right. Couldn't agree more. And guys, some of these ads on here, we're talking about, they've got like 3,000 views here or there. So when we post on these things, these are companies with $14 million worth of revenue. And we're the top comments frequently. The owls are already tearing these places to pieces. Imagine what we could create. It's wonderful.
Lando commented.
Landonymous Owl. All right, let's take a look. Oh, there we go. This ad is the bestest ad ever, Landonymous Owl. Hey, I don't agree. However, it is quite good. I would give this ad a solid 7 out of 10. A solid 7 out of 10, boys and girls. Now, what would I do to improve this ad? The main point that I would change here is I wouldn't open with the fillet of fish. I would open with the Arby's sandwich first so that the fillet of fish looks like a big, stupid loser. However, I get what we're going with here, though, because you want to see that nice little as it lowers down. I get it. It's a nice visual, but we don't want to be mentioning our competitor's filthy, filthy name before our own. Our name is superior. So that would be the only improvement I'd make here.
And this is Arby's crispy fish.
That being said, they are very quick on getting past that point.
Sandwich. And these are thousands of checks. If you feel like you've ever settled for a fillet of fish, Arby's wants to give you a check for $3.
So wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, boys and girls. That is Arby's. We like Arby's. Now let's take a look and see how is Arby's doing in first off, I want to see their marketing angles here. So let's see how. So this is advertising at its finest, done perfectly well. Absolutely phenomenally executed. I'm going to drink to that. What an amazing one. Now let's see what they're doing for marketing. This got 265,000 views. We're going to give them the big old thumbs up here. Well, actually, you know what? I should save it because perhaps we will feel differently by the end. Let's find out. If they can make meat from veggies and other stuff, ooh, throwing some shade at the Burger King and the Carl's Jr. for the fake burgers. By the way, guys, these Impossible burgers, Peavies and I's, we took a journey for you. We went and we experienced a Impossible burger from Burger King. We bought their Whopper and the Impossible Whopper. Peavies, can you attest to this, or are you just going to stare blankly into space?
You're talking. I'm not.
Let's hear your experiences. Yes.
I did test the Impossible Whopper.
All right.
Whopper, and I believe you can definitely taste the difference.
Big difference.
No doubt about it. You can definitely taste one is made out of like beans.
Absolutely.
But I think the reason they claim it's impossible to tell is because they smother it with
Absolutely.
sauce.
They drowned it in sauce to try and cover up that it's filled with, as I believe the legendary Joe Rogan calls it, disgusting, unhealthy oils. This is not veggies, people. These are processed chemicals. And so they're calling these frauds out. And so let's see what Arby's has to say about this. And I love anyone who makes fun of these mentally ill people called vegans is a good thing, because I feel that, and this is a fact that I will stick a flag on and hold until you guys disagree. Veganism, I believe, is a mental illness. And what happens is when you're traumatized as a child, you project your that humane in-group preference that you have for humanity, the feelings that the reason that it's like so repulsive, if we think of the word cannibalism, we're just like, oh god, it's so gross, right? The reason for that is what's called in-group preference. It's the same reason dogs don't eat dogs, for example. And so when you're abused as a child, I think the vegans latch on to animals. So if there's dogs or cats in the area, they think that way about the animals. And so that's what turns them into these mentally ill, deranged people. So for them, when they see people eating meat, they literally think of it the way a normal person would think of cannibalism. So that's my theory on this. And it's based in no foundation of any theory other than my tummy. And let me tell you, that thing's reliable. All right, let's take a look at this ad. We can make veggie from meats. Okay. But why would you? Oh, that looks terrible. Gosh. Why would you make veggies from meat? Nobody wants this. They call them vegetables. Okay. Oh, jeez. That's so gross. It's turkey breast just... Is it just turkey breast and... Is this turkey breast in, like, in Dorito dust?
Hot dog?
They're sous videing them? Oh, why? Why are you sous videing?
What are we doing here?
Dried carrot juice powder. Oh, boy.
This is a lot of work.
That's, yeah, alright. So their marketing material could use a little improvement. Okay, I'll give them, this is so much better than what we've seen. Guys, this is light years ahead of what you guys have seen on this show. The last ones we were looking at were advocating killing people based on their skin color, hiring people based on their gender, telling their audience that they are stupid, fake followers that are mindless and should pay their money because they're stupid. These are the things that we've looked at. So honestly, this isn't that bad by comparison. That being said, the idea here is funny. I get the idea. It's a good gimmick. It's not executed well, though. You should have gotten a really good chef in here to make something like legit that looked like vegetables that was made out of meat. This just looks gross. And if you sell food, you don't want gross associated with your brand. So I'm going to lower that 7 out of 10 down to a good old 5 out of 10 now. We're at 5 out of 10 on the ARBs, which is great considering the highest we've had so far is a 0. So this is pretty good. You guys are making some progress here. What are you thinking, O'Peeves?
I think if you change the carrot powder for a nacho powder, I'm in.
Okay, O'Peeves is in with the nacho powder, not so much with the carrot powder. Is that correct?
Vegetables made out of meat? Yeah, why not?
I agree. It's just, it doesn't look appealing.
Like a potato
just make me a chicken
meatball.
breast. Make me something that's some sous vide chicken with a nice little sesame oil, ginger, soy sauce, grass, or what do they call it? Grapeseed oil with some green onion chopped up. You mix that stuff up in the sauce, leave it in the fridge, pour it over your chicken after you steam it. Oh, that'd be good.
Sherlock Owl says, not gonna lie, this looks nasty.
Exactly.
It looks like plastic.
Dropping it down.
I thought they were just hot dogs with some leaves sticking out. It's a lot more work than hot dogs, though.
Also, they don't mention their brand until the 52-second mark.
No, is this Arby's?
This is Arby's.
What happened, Arby's?
Well, this is their marketing department. So their marketing department, not as on point as their advertising department, is what we're seeing here. Their advertising, fantastic. So we're going to have to go ahead and we're going to have to leave some honest feedback here, which is the big old downvotes, and we're going to have to let them know. You shouldn't do gross things when you sell food. The Wizard. All right, we're going to give that guy a nice good old comment there. And feel free to leave your feedback as well if you're interested in that. And the final marketing material they did to knock it out of the park, they brought it back. They're bringing it back. We're not off the Arby's train. I like this ad still. Let's take a look at Arbs. Diamond hands all day. Bye, 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 Arby's. If they have a stock, by the way, this isn't financial advice or anything. I'm just making jokes. I have no idea if they even have a stock. So this is a 13-hour video.
What?
Which is exactly what they should do. And you might be saying, Tyler, there's no one on the earth that's going to watch a 13-hour video from Arby's. And you'd be right. But you know what? They proved a really important point. And you know what that garnered them? 227,000 views with a ratio of almost 2,000 thumbs ups to 170 thumbs down. So this was a massively well-received video, and this was a world record-setting commercial. They ran this on live television for 13 hours as an ad buy. This was a 13-hour commercial that broke a record, so you get marketing attention, you're doing something amazing and fantastic, and what they posted to TV is Arby's smoking their brisket in real life with real smoke, with real wood on a real fire, which is what you get in their restaurant. What do you hear from McDonald's? You hear from Burger King? Fire grilled, right? It's going to be fire grilled burgers. They're totally legit. Arby's, you don't believe that for a second. I wouldn't believe it for a second. Burger King is full of crap. They even their own songs advocated for genocide and putting out methane and global harassment. It's horrifying, the stuff going on in Burger King. You should check out a previous episode on that. Now, Arby's said, you don't believe us, and why should you? Look at these liars over at McDonald's. Look at these liars over at Burger King. Look at these liars over at Subway. We're just going to show you. And they did. For 13 hours, you watched in real time on television them smoke with real smoke on a real smoker their brisket that you have in your store.
Wow.
Boom. So you don't believe them? 13 hours of this, boys. You can watch it happen in real time. It don't get more real than that. Arby's, real smoke, real brisket, real food. This, my friends, is what Arby's doing for its marketing. So the first one, not doing too well. The merit, that's dropping the ball here. This, on the other hand, absolutely wonderful. We're going to give this the big old compliment here. Great concept. Love this. Love this. Less merits and more smoking brisket. The Wizard. All right, boys and girls, we're going to give that a comment. So that's Arby's. I like Arby's now. I hope you guys like Arby's as well. We like Arby's around these parts. Oh, Peevees, are you on the Arby's train? How do you feel?
I'm ready to look up where the nearest Arby's is.
Yeah, that's me too. I'm on Team Arby's. And I think Arby's to the moon. That's my estimate. Diamond hands. Arby's. Now that we're on Team Arby's all together as a community, we need to be going and hyping up Arby's all the time. So now we're not just taking things down all the time, but we're hyping other things up. Yeah. We don't want to just tell them don't go to Burger King. We want to tell them to go to Arby's until they betray us. And then they'll know our true wrath. So let's take a look at their competition, McDonald's, who I predict is going to be dropping like a rock. And let's take a look at their advertising in comparison to Arby's. And you let me know, which one do you want? Do you want fresh brisket smoked over 13 hours with a coupon to try their food to see if it's delicious? Or do you want this? So we're going to take a look at their ad, and then we're going to look at their marketing. All right, so now keep in mind, McDonald's is the #1 restaurant or fast food restaurant in terms of revenue in the country and in the world. They are, I think, this is a guesstimate from my tummy, $14 billion of revenue a year. And Arby's is like ranked 19 right now. So for the prediction that I'm making right now is unheard of. If I am correct on this, I am beating multi-million-dollar marketing research companies. I am blowing market research companies out of the water. There are people who would charge $250,000 to get a prediction on the level of what I am providing. If this is accurate, I want you to realize how inferior and pathetic my competition really is. Now, let's take a look at McDonald's. This would be like me going up and saying this would be like the day before GameStonk went up if I came out and said, guys, GameStonk gonna be big, Amazon dropping like a rock. And I got it right. That is the level of this prediction. So let's take a look at McDonald's ad here. Now, keep in mind, $14 billion industry, $14 billion. Most recent commercial was posted 7 days ago. They got 14,000 views. 14,000 views.
Wow.
And they got 20. Well, we'll leave that for a bit. Oh, by the way, comments turned off. These people are so scared. You know who isn't afraid of feedback? Arby's. You're right. You know why Arby's isn't afraid of feedback? Because they make a decent product. Now let's take a look at what McDonald's has to offer. And you know, the first thing that comes to my mind before we watch this is, have you ever bought McDonald's? Oh, has my owl been on there the whole time? Thanks for the heads up. So just so you guys can know, that's the data if you want to check it out for yourself. So that is the overview here. The first thing that comes to my mind when I think of McDonald's is, you know how when you buy McDonald's and you eat McDonald's and then you leave the bag sitting in your house and you leave the room and you come back an hour later and your entire house smells like dog poop? I don't know why that is, but for some reason, when you buy McDonald's food, for me, in my experience, I leave the bag of McDonald's food, and, you know, you never eat all of it because you feel like you're dying and getting, like, cancerous tumors in your tummy. That's what it feels like in my experience, and you just feel so sick, and your head's all filled with clouds, and you just feel so gross, and you feel fat, and you just feel like you've been poisoned in my appearance. In my experience, that's what I feel. And then you leave for an hour because you're worried that you're going to die, so you want to look at something beautiful before you pass on to the next life. You come back an hour later, and the whole house smells like dog poop. I want to know what they're putting in there. Apparently, it's enough to make me want to die, but also it smells like crap. I don't know what's going on with that stuff. Now, let's take a look at their commercial.
And there you have it. McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. It's the latest crispy sandwich.
Oh, so you're just blatantly ripping off Chick-fil-A then, huh? Blatantly ripping off Chick-fil-A. Let's see this. By the way, OPVs and I tested this one as well. We saw their knockoff of Chick-fil-A. We bought it and we're like, wow, they're trying to rip off Chick-fil-A. Let's see what it's like. Let's experience it for ourselves. So we bought this sandwich. We tried this sandwich. Let me tell you, this soggy piece of crap couldn't even hold a candle to a Chick-fil-A sandwich. They don't even use the right battering technique. And you know how we know that? Because OPVs and I went to the college where the dude that worked from Chick-fil-A came and taught us in business school. He told us the process. They did a joke. It was horrendous. Their technique is awful.
And there you have it.
They're even putting the pickles in. It's a direct ripoff.
McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich.
And their sauce is garbage.
The sauce is trash.
Latest crispy sandwich.
The bun, a horrendous bun, let me tell you. Oh, and she's got her little plastic glove, guys. Just so you know, we're special, boys. We put plastic gloves on. You gotta get that in, don't you?
They even stole the bag from Chick-fil-A.
Wait, what?
How they put the chicken sandwich in the foil
Oh,
bag.
that's true. Yeah, they put it in a foil bag because they were stupid enough to think that the foil bag was the secret of the success.
Yeah.
Morons.
Most shared fries.
Is this guy speaking English? I can't even understand him.
And there you have it.
There you have
McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich.
it. And there you have it. The chicken sandwich. Does he have a speech impediment? This is who you got with your $14 billion? And that's not to say someone who has a speech impediment as a bad person. It's just, why are you on a voiceover for an ad? Why would you use that as your ad? That's clearly not your talents. Go do something that you're an excellent person at.
McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. It's the latest crispy sandwich.
It's the latest crispy sandwich.
From the makers of the world's most
The worst.
shared fries.
Most chef fries.
Juicy sandwich from the home of your first American burger.
Did you say home and then show a homeless person?
Crispy chicken sandwich.
I think they just said from the home of, and they showed a homeless person.
The latest crispy sandwich from the makers of the world's most shared fries. The latest juicy sandwich from the home of your
They literally, they say from the home and then show a homeless person.
What?
It's It's a contradiction. It's like they can't help but lie. Now, I will give them credit. Their subject line is not done poorly. At least it isn't like McDonald's 30 seconds, chicken video 396, take 4. It's new crispy chicken sandwich bar McDonald's. That's not bad.
Yeah.
First American birth.
The most American... So we're talking, again, not about something that has to do with what their new product is. Cool, okay. So we're spending a lot of time talking about our other products.
The latest tender sandwich from the creators of the sandwich phenomenon.
The creators of the sandwich phenomenon. You mean the Earl of Sandwich? The Earl of Sandwich was the founder of McDonald's? I don't think you're right there, pal. That's not the origin of the sandwich phenomenon, you liar.
So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich. You'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich.
The new juicy chicken sandwich, juicy, buy it now.
McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich.
You even screwed up your own intro with this terrible voice actor. Gee, did you pick him off Fiverr? What is this? That's horrendous. Now I understand why you only have 14,000 views and you had to disable your comments, you cowards. We're going to give them the big old thumbs down. All right, boys and girls. So now let's take a look here and see what are their marketing materials looking like over at the big old M. McShame is what we're calling it around these parts. So this, as we saw earlier, marketing material a little different. So the angle of that one was advertising. So what was the goal? To get you to buy the sandwich. Did they offer you any reason to do that? No. Did they give you any incentive to do that? No. Did they offer any reason that would make you happy to see that ad on YouTube? No. So it was a complete and total failure of advertising, a disgrace to the brand, and they should be ashamed of themselves for putting out such a vile piece of crap and only managing to get 14,000 views. Now let's take a look at this. Giving it a rating, I would fire my entire department if they put together that ad. That is just awful. An ad is not hard to do. Marketing, there's a little bit more flexibility there. You can screw up marketing and still be like, okay, I kind of see what you're trying to go with there. Advertising is very straightforward. If you don't follow ADA, then you're an idiot. And if you don't give them a compelling reason to take action, you're a moron. And it's not that hard to do. So if they can't nail this with a $14 billion budget, you shouldn't be in business. And there's a reason why the Wizard's prophecies from my tummy and no other information says your guys' revenue going down. But Tyler, the beer sniffles, all the fast food restaurants are up. I'm aware. Let's take a look at their marketing material. Title: Amongst Family, Seizing Opportunity, McDonald's. Go on.
Coming out to say...
Why did you automatically enable captions on me? I don't want captions. Why do you want to make my experience less entertaining and engaging? Why are you forcing this on me? Do I not have the ability to turn off your Oh my word! Did you guys put your captions on the video file itself instead of using the YouTube platform? Oh, I might report this for being a terrible video. No, I wouldn't do that. I'm kidding. Don't do that. We don't need to report videos. That's what stupid, weak people do. But that being said, my word, they embedded their... Oh, I feel personally attacked by this.
Oh, no.
This is embarrassing. Oh, my word. This is vile.
Lewis, I started completely from scratch and thought that things wouldn't come together for me for years.
Are you recording me?
I met my wife 3 months after I moved out here, and
Okay, so we're at the 17-second mark, so no person has seen this ad. Even if you did a 15-second skip ad, no one knows who this is. No one knows what the brand is. No one knows what the product is. No one knows who the company this is. No one knows this has anything to do with McDonald's. This is a complete and total failure of an ad and a marketing material.
we got married 8 months after that. So now we have 2 beautiful boys,
Oh, great, so you have a family and friends. What does this have to do with cheeseburgers?
and I can't believe how fast things have grown, how much
Oh, God, they're all wearing face gags, too. Jeez, McDonald's, home of the disease-ridden face gag, people. Gosh, can you imagine how much of those dirty, dirty high schoolers get that job, put the same mask on their face, and just for 8 hours a day, just breathing out their vile filth into this rag strapped to their face. They've got those gross acne faces getting all that oil on there, and they take it off, and they're not buying another mask. They're picking that same piece of cloth, strapping it right back to their face, and putting that right over your burger. And those masks don't prevent anything. It goes right through. I don't know if you guys have had those masks. They have no effect on the beer sniffle virus whatsoever. It literally, in fact, Alex from chat showed us the other day, printed right on the box. Does not prevent coronavirus. On the box, they say it has no impact on coronavirus in big, bold letters. So you're just breathing right onto your fries as this rag of dirt. And that's what McDonald's want you to think about when they're putting out their marketing material.
Leaders within the organization have thrived.
Oh my gosh, look at these freaks. These little face gagged slaves. Disgusting.
McDonald's has been, still is.
Oh gosh, just think about all that vile crap getting in your food. Ugh.
Well, I was hungry.
That is more diverse.
Oh, they're more diverse, guys. So rather than talking about things that are going to help you have healthier food, healthier environments, what they're doing is putting on rags filled with disease, and they're making sure that the people who are hired, skin color is different, and what genitals they have. They don't care about your food. They don't care that it's being smoked for 13 hours like that wonderful commercial like Arby's did. Or they're not saying, hey, give us a chance. Here, we're going to let you try our food for free. No. What they're doing is letting you know they care about the color of the skin of people. They want to be racially profiling and discriminating based on the color of people's skins and the genitals that they have. That's McDonald's stance as they build these cloths filled with disease and just breathe out all onto your food. Oh, 8-hour shift of oil and just kept up bacteria. That's what McDonald's stands for here, people.
Than any other workplace in the community. The community comes together at McDonald's.
Look at this guy coming in and trying to be like, hey, I'm your boss, remember me? And he's like, I hate you. Get the hell out of my face. I'm trying to do my job. Hey, man, how's it going? I don't care about your film. I don't care about this. I get paid $10 an hour. I am okay with that. I'm working hard. It helps me pay for my car. I'm only here part-time. I do not want to be a part of your film project. Get out of my face. In my tummy, of course. There's no evidence to support that whatsoever.
My tummy too.
So grateful
Oh, Peebee's gets the same vibes from her tummy, though.
for being able to
Which is equally unreliable.
help in the little ways that I do with the Ronald McDonald House.
The
They
Ronald
are
McDonald
an
House.
Incredible
Incredible
institution.
institution.
A first-class
Oh my gosh.
charity second to none. And
What is there something about the Ronald McDonald Foundation that we should know about, oh, Peebees?
Not that I know of, but I'm offended by it.
Why?
I don't know.
I think it's
Doesn't Chick-fil-A have a university? Didn't they start like a Chick-fil-A university?
I have no idea. This
I
is
think
just like
they
their thing
did.
where they just donate to
This
people.
is their charity.
seeing the fruit of what these wonderful people, volunteers,
You can tell that guy really didn't want to wear the face gag because he's not a slave, but this boss forced him to, so he put it just right on the tip of his nose, and he's like, I don't want to wear that face gag. You know we don't do that around these parts. Why are you trying to enforce this? You have to send a good image, but I don't want to send the image of vilely putting out bacteria on our food. How about we talk about the fact that our cheeseburgers are delicious? And he's like, no, it's not about that no more.
community leaders do.
Yeah, what is this even about?
Yeah, tell me, guys, what does this have to do with burgers? What does this have to do with food? What does this have to do with French fries? Why should you go to McDonald's because of this crap? Let me know.
Does anyone know what they're talking about?
Let me know why you should let your house smell like dog poop because you bought their food and left their bag sitting out for an hour. Please let me know why you should endure that suffering so that you can, from this ad. What about this ad would compel you to endure that?
Out from that my father would say, because he was always so successful.
He's from Missouri. Well, you can tell he's not wearing the face gag. There's some good people over in Missouri.
In everything that he did. Captain of the football team, teacher of the year, bought his first McDonald's restaurant.
Good work.
He would just say that he wasn't that good.
So, if you want to buy a McDonald's, this is a great video, I guess, to watch. Not really, though. It's actually terrible for that, too. Is there anything about this that's good at all? This is McDonald's marketing material. This is the most recent marketing material they put out.
I don't think that was exactly the truth. However, the humility that he expressed, the mindfulness that he always had of how blessed he was and how...
What is this setup? Look how lame it is. Oh my word, it's so tacky. Like, it's like a Holiday Inn. They got the aesthetics of a Holiday Inn going on here. This is what you get from a budget $50 hotel lobby. They probably are out in the middle of the boonies in a Hollywood or a Holiday Inn hotel.
blessed we were.
It's as cheap as their food and brand.
Was very apparent.
Sherlock Owl also has
I
no
well
idea
and
what's
my
going on.
parents led by example all the way.
Who are you? Why do I care about you? What is the point of me listening to this? Why do I care about your family? What does this have to do with cheeseburgers? How does this help me buy your brand? Why should I listen to you? These are all questions that I want to know why a $14 billion revenue company is putting out this kind of crap and Arby's is not making as much money as them. Well, guess what, McDonald's? That's going to change. Arby's is going up. McDonald's is going down. And you might not meet in the middle at any point. But let me tell you, Arby's is on the rise.
Yes.
This video is so bad, we're losing viewership.
But
Really?
certainly,
Yeah,
the
like one
prospect of
person.
moving,
Oh, that's fine.
2 people.
taking all my belongings, putting it
They can't handle the truth.
in the back of a trailer, and
It's just boring.
This is not boring. This is vile.
Their
This is
video?
oppressive.
Who other than you would ever watch this full video?
Well, that's the point. That's what is so infuriating. That's what I need you guys to understand. Is that's the point. The point is, we're letting these companies get away with this crap. We're letting them freak out. We're letting them go by and do this crap, and we give them our money. Why are you guys giving them their money when there's places like Arby's around? So we're going to go over the message again and again until our group realizes that these places are filled with bad people serving bad products with bad marketing and bad advertising, and that there are perfectly acceptable alternatives that are doing great. That's why.
How long is this ad?
3 minutes, 28 seconds.
It felt like an
a little
hour.
scary.
Well, I'm doing a lot of pausing.
I didn't have so much.
Now he's in a totally new environment with a bookshelf. Are you trying to steal my gimmick, jerk? How many of those you read?
faith in myself as I
Oh, look at that. He's got that stupid tacky art over in the corner, too. Wow, what a nerd.
did.
Who works off of a tablet? What a loser. Oh, look at me and my tablet. You couldn't even afford a laptop. What a loser. No, it's going to tempt me with games. Yeah, I'm sure it will. He probably still has Angry Birds. I bet you he has Angry Birds.
In solitaire, because he has no friends.
Oh no, but solitaire is a different kind of game though, because it's like intellectually stimulating. Yeah, shut up.
Confidence in the
What is that gay ring? Oh, look at that. It's like a gear around his pointer finger. Ew. And he's one of those losers that picks up a $15, $20 pen. This is those guys that are like, I am a success, so I bought a pen that's expensive. Look at me sign documents. If you're going to go for fancy pen, you go for feather and quill with an ink dip, or you go with a ballpoint pen. This is the only acceptable pen in the world. Can you get me the pen? Give me the pen. Oh no, it's gone. This right here. This right here is the only acceptable version. This is as high a model as you can go. I will accept lower than this. You can get a Bic pen. This is called a Pilot G207. That is a classy pen. If you go above this, you are a bad person. You can judge a person's character solely by the pen. So that is my assessment here, and that is what I am basing it on. So what do we got going on now?
I think the only other reason to have a pen is when they send you free samples.
Oh yeah, free sample pens. Those are acceptable. Acceptable indeed. True. Light up pens in the mail. Those are acceptable.
And with,
all
like,
those.
The touch thing for your phone.
What a loser.
But no one buys
Why is his hand so sweaty? Ew. Why are you sweating?
Because his pen.
Gosh, it's just so nervous about signing this contract.
Examples that I had seen before me. Confidence in seeing the success that came from solid decisions and faith in the task ahead of you. I knew that my father, mother, that my abuela and abuelo had walked that path and had been successful. So
look at this freak wearing a face gag. It's so gross. He's breathing all over his coffee. All over, just spitting viruses everywhere. Ugh. And look at that. He rips his mask off as soon as it gets off because he knows it's all a lie. He probably stuffs it right in his dirty pocket that's just fitting around in there, getting right on into there with all that lint and just rolling around and whatever other crap, the coins in his pocket, the money just getting all over that mask, and he slaps it right back on his face.
The money.
Breathing it out onto the food. Disgusting. Vile. This is all my opinion, of course. This is all alleged. I can't prove any of this. It's just what wacky people say on the internet sometimes.
Sherlock Owl wanted to leave some constructive feedback, but their comments are turned off.
I agree. Their comments are turned off because they're afraid of people giving them their feedback. That's why we had to make this video.
They're aware.
Okay, guys, so that's the Immigrant Archive Project sponsored by McDonald's. So let me know, guys. You know, this actually went so long that I already have another one queued up. We're going to wait until tomorrow for that one. We're going to be looking at Jimmy John's. So I already have Jimmy John's on the queue. But frankly, I was not expecting McDonald's to be that just awful. So we're gonna be looking tomorrow at the next prophecy. You get a new update here, boys and girls. This is a sneak peek on what to expect tomorrow, which is the prophecy of the wizard. Jimmy John's goes up, Subway's is going down. All right, boys and girls, that is what to be on the lookout for. Let's adjust the chat. What do we got here? You said people are dropping like flies. Is it because they like McDonald's? What's going on?
No, it's because it was so boring.
Really? So we're not entertaining.
We watched that entire
Are you guys having
McDonald's
fun?
video.
Are you entertained? Are you having a good time? Do you hate this? Is it terrible? Should we never do it again? Let us know.
Sherlock Owl just said it was boring.
Oh, the whole segment was boring?
No, that McDonald's video.
Oh, the McDonald's
that we
boring.
just
Got it.
watched.
But it's boring, but it's
drove
terrible.
On. The only
Speaking of
entertaining
which,
parts were you.
Let's leave this thing here. Let's give it some comments. Let's give it the feedback here.
Can't give it comments.
Oh no, we're gonna give it the big old thumbs down. And I don't care that they deleted my mouse. Look at this. The Illuminati guys, they are trying to block my ability to thumbs this down. They have hidden my mouse because they know the feedback they're about to get, but this will not deter me. I will not be stopped. I cannot be defeated. I will do this even if I have to do it blind. Downvoted video. There we go. Giving them the big old thumbs down for that disgrace of a company. All right.
Speaking of Subway.
Make shame.
Cheesecake Owl says Subway is the best sub place. Change my mind.
All right, well, I will change your mind tomorrow with Mr. Fake. What is it? The whole scandal. Fake tuna in the mail. I heard it was a lie, though. Who knows? But I can tell you what isn't a lie. That pre-packaged chicken block that comes in a wrapped plastic, and they go and rip it off, and it comes out as a square of chicken, and then they have to break it into pieces so it resembles chicken again because it's glued together because of how smooshed it is. That I know is real because I've seen it. Nasty stuff. Yeah, that's the best place to get your chicken. You don't want it brisket out of a fresh smoker. No, what you want is pre-packaged plastic wrapped chicken. Ugh.
Sickening.
Any other comments, questions, concerns? How are you feeling, O'Peeves? What are you thinking about this? What are your thoughts? How are you feeling about Arbs? How are you feeling about McDonald's? Let's get your feedbacks.
I am an Arby's fan.
All right.
I haven't been to Arby's since I don't even remember.
Like when I was 12.
Like, yeah, maybe 2000.
I'm going to switch to Arby's.
I'm an Arby's fan.
Is there an Arby's nearby? Let's get some delivery from Arby's right now. Let's order one of every item on their menu.
Seriously, let me look it up. Okay, Grubhub.
Yeah,
Let's see.
one of every
Where
item.
is the nearest Arby's?
I was Rufus. That is true. I did play Rufus. Thank you very much. I wore a pink shirt and I drew, actually, O'Peves drew Rufus right on it, and then I just walked around as Rufus. It was quite wonderful.
There is an Arby's 2.5 miles away.
2.5 miles away.
And they have 2 for $6 crispy fish sandwiches.
I would love to enjoy one of these crispy fish
Wow.
sandwiches, and I am a fan of the Arby's now. I like this ad. All right, boys and girls. That is the stonks for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed Copy Critique. We're going to move right along here. All right. 2. The Paranormal Paracosm. All right, here we go. Skittering, scary, spooky spider. So this is a video, not so much paranormal as it, except for one element that I want you guys to help me out with, because I didn't know spiders' eyes could do this, and I want to know if this is fake or real. It's quite odd, but let me tell you, it is interesting, to say the least. How are we doing in chat, O'Peves?
Fantastic.
All right.
Talking about Kim Possible.
Nice, nice. Okay. So, this is what apparently is a giant huntsman spider found in Laos.
That's like what Athena's owl has.
Ooh, okay, okay. And
Huntsman.
apparently, from this video, it looks like their eyes glow in the dark.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Right?
It's that big.
Can spiders' eyes glow? Since when do spiders' eyes glow?
If they're big enough.
If they're big enough, they glow? Why would that affect anything?
Because it has to be like a certain size to catch the light.
Interesting. Okay, okay.
So that's a big boy.
Woo! Did you see how fast he is?
Not yet, but
Oh
on the delay, I
my
will.
word!
Oh
It looks
my
like
God.
he gets yoinked by like a piece of string. That's why I'm wondering, maybe this is fake.
I believe it. But what is that water noise?
I don't know.
Are they in a cave?
I think they're in a cave.
Oh, why are you in a cave?
Woo! Jeez. My word, that is interesting. So I'm going to give this guy the big old thumbs up there. Thank you very much for this wonderful video. So that, my friends, is the first of the Paranormal Paracosm. All right, let's take a look at the next segment we got here, which is Investigating the Investigators. Investigators end up in a toxic chemical facility. You know, we've been talking about how these guys go out and explore everything, right? And we're like, how do you not just run into really bad situations like ground collapsing, homeless people? Well, apparently we finally found someone who did.
Uh-oh.
Let's take a look.
Which one?
And also, is chat not liking the copy critiques? Should we not be doing those? If they don't like that kind of content, we don't need to do it. Just let us know. We'll
Let us
move
know,
on.
chat.
Want to make sure.
Sherlock Owl has a weird relationship with spiders. She loves, hates them.
Interesting.
I hate them.
All right. Let's take a look. We found a gas mask and chemicals. Alright, so zip past all that. So they're just out on a road trip, doing their thing. They think that showing you that they're getting gas is important.
I got you.
So they come across this abandoned door. It's locked.
Kick these doors down, though. Yo, let's get up in there. Yeah, let's go there. Dude, what does that have to do with...
So they're just breaking and entering into various places like a lot of these investigators we see do, and we're like, why? It seems like a great way to get arrested, hurt, attacked by homeless people, fall through a broken building, but they do.
Whoa, leave some of that
So they're just committing a crime and recording it on camera here, guys. So this is just
Smart.
criminal act on camera.
There's no barbed wire.
No, there is. Right off to the side, right there.
These flaps got me messed up, though.
So very secure fence. This thing is high. It's got barbed wire. This is a clear do not enter zone. And look at that. All their cameras, all their faces caught on camera. We know exactly who these criminals are.
There's some stairs, bro. What's up there?
I don't know. I ain't never went up there.
Wanna get in there?
I gotta find it. So it's this big hole right here. You know, it's animals that live around. There's a bunch of birds.
I doubt we can use like a fix.
So they find this big old vat here that's filled with sulfuric acid
What?
at a 93% concentration. That will literally melt the flesh off of your bones. That would dissolve your bones into a globulous mass. And it's just sitting out here in the forest.
Why is it just sitting out there?
And he just threw a rock as hard as he can at the container of the chemicals.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Pop me up. Oh. Come here, jump.
They're trying to jump into the vat of the chemicals because they don't know what it is.
They ain't about it.
But why?
You scared.
So, what this is a chemical dissolving plant. So, they take waste and trash and feces and all the crap, put it in that big old vat, and then they pump in sulfuric acid to melt it down.
And these people are just gonna hop in.
That's what he's trying to do.
What is wrong with them?
Oh.
Dip house. Let's take a quick walk through. There's a ghost! It's hiding! Oh my god!
What?
He threw a ratchet on the ground and claimed it was a ghost. He's a liar. Jeez, like, what is wrong with you losers? Why do you go around to people's private property, go over their fences, and vandalize their home, throwing stuff through their windows? What is your problem? Do you have no self-respect? Do you not care for other people? Do you have no honor? Do you have no dignity? You're recording this crap and you put it on the TV, you loser. God, sickening how disrespectful and just rude these people are. Look at it. He's about to pull the pump. You know what? You deserve it for this crap you're doing.
Hey, stop. Yo, please stop, bro. Please. Bro.
Look, he's even being told multiple times to stop, and he's like, I'm going to keep on doing it. Gosh, you're such a moron.
Stop, bro.
Look, you can see the chemical burns on the ground for where it's spilt in the past.
Gosh. And they run away from it.
Big acid comes out and you have no hands for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to hit something really hard with this. Good luck. Have fun. Wow, you're so cool. Jeez, what a loser.
What? I don't understand.
I can't imagine being this stupid. This is like as low as it goes. Like this is like at this point, why are you not in a hospital with like a caretaker? You deserve a caretaker when you're this dumb.
What's the point? I don't get it.
Being a moron.
We just hopped in here. What is happening? It's a rat.
They found a rat.
Okay.
Is it an attack rat like that last one?
Yo, it's a gas man. Oh shit.
And now they found the chemical equipment they should be wearing to be in this area because everything's covered in toxic chemicals.
Are you really taking
Gas mask.
Guys, I'm getting scared.
You should be.
This is the whole place.
There's a map of the facility.
Bro, this is the whole
Wow.
place.
There's vials of mysterious liquids laying around.
Oh no, they're gonna break those, aren't they?
And they're throwing them on the ground.
Of course.
With who knows if this is a virus, if this is a biological weapon. We have no idea. It's clearly a toxic material. They're putting on gas masks, they're supposed to be, and they're throwing these glass vials on the ground. And just handling it with their bare hands, too. Ugh. Another chemical bottle.
Bro, this video looks so clean.
And he just throws it on the ground.
What is that? It's Kool-Aid. No, I'm talking about this. Kool-Aid. I'll try. It says Burlington.
There's just bottles of pills. Polyseed. Anyone know what that is? Polyseed? Oh, just broken vials everywhere. Probably from these just jerks.
Probably from them.
Just disgusting, disrespectful jerks. My word. Alright, so that is some losers, the dreads of society, going and vandalizing a private piece of property. I'm going to give that the big old down vote. And you know what? At least they garnered a good solid 524 views for their disgraceful efforts. I'm going to go ahead and leave a little psychological terror for them. Committed breaking and entering on private property, letting the locals know. Boom. Leaving that for them.
Sherlock Owl says, incriminating evidence.
Absolutely. My word.
Vandalism.
What vile people. My
Dang
gosh.
teenagers, what delinquents.
Absolutely pathetic. Just disgraceful. So how are we doing in chat? Got any thoughts, any comments, concerns? What are you guys thinking?
Yes, the vandalism, and it's incriminating evidence. They're delinquents.
Got it. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sherlock Owl likes copy critique.
Okay. All right. So we got some good feedback there. Sweet, sweet. All right, boys and girls. Well, that is the end of the Investigating the Investigators. Let's go ahead and close this up with the next Paranormal Paracosm. I think I have the answer to this one, too. I think I've solved the puzzle. UFO sighting in Disneyland. Now, this one comes back to my expertise. I worked at Disneyland. I was born in Disneyland, molded by it. I didn't see outside of Disneyland until I was a man. So, I think I have this solved. But let's take a look. Let's see what the evidence says. This is a UFO sighting over Disneyland and California Adventures.
Ooh, okay.
Pretty weird, right?
It's a ring.
Yep. So, I believe this is a slowed down version of this. See how this moves much faster? I know that spot. That's so inside of the
Nemo.
park. By Finding Nemo, there's a setup of the seagulls that go mine, mine, mine every like 15 minutes on a loop.
I'm scared. I don't like that. Oh my god.
All right, so what are your thoughts? I'll give you guys my theories. Let's find out.
I really have no idea.
No idea from OPEBs. Any thoughts in the
No
chat?
idea.
Do you believe in the Ark of the Covenant? Yeah, it was the thing in the Bible.
That's the only thing in chat.
Okay, so
I don't
here's
know. What do you guys think?
here's my theory, guys. This is the smoke ring from a firework.
That's it?
I
Why is
think
it
that,
lingering so long.
so if there isn't any wind to blow away the smoke, those rings go for a long time. And specifically, the spot that they're at is near Fantasia. Fantasia specifically does a firework that makes a circle ring of smoke. And that's like its big gimmick. It's one big boom, and it's just one shot. It's when the witch lady does a attack, and they shoot off a cannon into the air to represent it, and then it makes a perfect ring of smoke. And so what I think is happening is you got a low wind day, and it just floats on by. That's my theory. What do you guys think?
Why is it so dark?
Because it's dark. It's like
Dense.
black smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's as good a theory as any.
That's my theory. Let us know in the chat if you guys think maybe not, maybe no. We'll find out in the chat. Especially in this photo here of it, you can kind of see how it's starting to dissipate a bit. In the actual photo.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, a little bit.
So that is the paranormal paracosm for Disneyland. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think?
Very interesting. I mean, yeah.
Pretty good theories?
If anything, plus it is later at night, which
True.
is when they do the fireworks show.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
I think we got it down. I think we figured it out. All right, boys and girls. That is the paranormal paracosm. Let's move on to practical philosophy. The opinions of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject. Marcus Aurelius. The opinions of the masses are not important. The opinions of those who teach are not important. The opinions of those who want to be what you want are not important. The opinions of experts are not important. The opinions of those who have produced great things in the field of what you are trying to do matter. Those are the only people you should be listening to. When you hear people say, but the experts say, who cares what they say? When they say, but this is what the public's doing, who cares what the public's doing? But this is what my teacher taught me, who cares what your teacher has to say? Who cares about the people who want to accomplish the skill set? I don't care about any of them. I care about an expert who has produced great things in the field of what I'm trying to do. I care about a teacher who's accomplished the great things in the field of what I'm trying to do. I care about the public when they're accomplished at what I'm trying to do. But when it's just people saying things with no credibility in the actual production of results, don't listen to them. They don't know what they're doing. There's no reason to listen to them. They're meaningless. And this can help you filter your information and start learning a lot more effectively and help you with your self-esteem, because you're always going to have morons in these groups here of teachers and experts and the masses that will put you down, but their opinions don't matter. What matters is the opinion of people who have produced great things. And that is today's practical philosophy. All right, boys and girls. We're going to move on to the last round of live wizard readings. Do we have anyone in chat, or are we good to go?
No one for a reading, but Ducky Owl says that the giant thing in the sky is a burnt potato chip.
Burnt potato
It
chip.
looks like a
Very
burnt potato
plausible. Very plausible.
Sherlock Owl says she agrees with your firework theory.
All right, we got another proponent for the firework theory.
Yes, and no readings. If anyone wants one right now,
Like and share the stream.
like and share. Let us know if you have any questions.
And if you want to
Let us
support
know.
the stream, go to paypal.me/AskWizard. Pay whatever you think a reading is worth, and we'll get that for you. And also, while we're here, we're at the end of the chat. How was the show today? You guys like it? Is there things we could do to improve? What can we do to get more owls coming in here, guys? I want to make sure we're putting on a great show for you and we can help make this thing grow. Let me know what you think needs to be better and what we need to do to make it more shareable for you guys. Let us know. And if there's any segments that really suck, let us know. And if there's any segments that are really awesome, let us know.
And if there's any topics you want us to cover.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
Well, let us know.
Is it all OPV's fault? Is it the fact that she hasn't put her hand on the screen in a long time? I get it. I understand that when OPV's hand is on the screen, our views go to 63 trillion. But, you know, that's a lot of effort for her. She has to do like this and then this. And that's a lot of work, you know? So, I mean, we can't just do that every day. Sherlock Owl says it was great. Awesome, awesome. All right. It looks like Ducky Owl is agreeing that you should show your hand more often, I believe.
Was it? I don't know.
Maybe. I think so.
Please specify, Ducky Owl.
Let me know. Is it specifically the lack of hand? Is it specifically the lack of hand? Can you do a video on the Ark of the Covenant? Honestly, I think the ads are kind of getting boring. Ooh, okay. All right. Good feedback. But good. Okay. It's not OPV's fault. Oh, boy. They're turning on us, guys. We need to figure out what is the true answer here. Okay.
Turning on us? What do you mean?
Well, first off, they're like, all right, OPV's hand is the secret to success, and now we're finding out it's not? Oh, my goodness. Okay, and then do a video on the Ark of the Covenant. That'd be a great one for History's Mysteries tomorrow. Definitely. Let's get that on the list.
Well,
Ark of the Covenant is coming up. Oh, hey, Ducky Owl. I asked for feedback. No, that's fine. Hey, Ducky Owl. Don't be mean to them. It's good. We're good.
Ducky Owl, please.
Settle.
Stand down, Officer Ducky.
Yes, it's okay. Ducky Owl. We asked for the feedback. I like Ducky Owl as the bad cop, you know?
She is.
I'm the good cop who I'm just like, hey, man, could you give me some information? She's like, tell us the info. Whoa, Ducky.
On the ground.
You're blowing the scene. I saw it. I heard shifty eyes. I saw him with shifty eyes. Dalian Roses, he asked for feedback. Yeah, no, definitely. I appreciate it. Awesome. All right. Anything else?
Daggone Rosa? Is that what that is? Daggone?
Interesting.
It's a fun word, daggone.
What does it mean?
I don't know. Sounds southern.
Interesting. Okay.
That daggone.
I like them. Well, thank you very much, Sherlock Owl. I appreciate that. Well, we're definitely doing at least another Jimmy John's, that's for sure.
Yeah, also, Cheesecake Owl, we kind of have to change your mind about Subway.
We do. That's true. Do you think the reason Cheesecake Owl says that is because he's afraid of losing Subway forever?
Maybe.
Oh, is he a Subway insider? I think he's part of the Subway marketing department. He's think about it, Cheesecake Owl. Who else sells unhealthy foods that are high in calories? Subway. Cheesecake is high in calories and unhealthy. Subway is high in calories and unhealthy. I think we figured it out. I think we've got him.
Cheesecake Owl asks, can we get a bookshelf tour?
We can. The problem is I have like 3 bookshelves plus 2 stacks of books. So it would probably have to be in segments. I have a lot of books.
Sherlock Owl is so sweet.
Why
She
is that?
said, I like anything you guys do.
Oh, no.
Aww.
That's terrible advice, though. I need feedback. I want to make the best show ever for you.
Ducky Owl says, what the heck is a bookshelf tour?
That's where you go and you say,
Well,
here are my books, and look how they are book-like.
There's these things called books.
Notice how there's a plethora of books. So, like, for example, my bookshelves now have bookshelves. So, like, I can take this bookshelf off, and then there's another set of bookshelf behind the bookshelves. It's kind of a problem. I just picked this up at Costco, though. It's really legit. It's the Art of War 7 Military Classic series from Costco, and they come with a nice texture here. Not as good as leatherback, which I'm a fan of, but I really like the fact that it comes with a little journal, too, and it's got art inside of it. Pretty legit stuff, and just these nice little pocket books. It's really cool. Great way to upsell the Art of War, personally. I am a big fan of this. I think that they did a smart marketing decision with this book set, and they got my money for it, so I don't have a need for sell. I just am plugging them, I guess.
Just a humble book merchant.
I am but a humble back merchant. All right. So we got anything else?
Ducky Owl says, no, don't do Subway. I think that means you have to do Subway.
Jimmy John's.
What else do you not want us to do?
Jimmy John's is going up, and Subway is going down. I feel it. I feel it in my bones.
Cheesecake, or Sherlock Owl says Cheesecake Owl is biting his nail.
Uh-oh. Cheesecake Owl's... He's doing that, the nervous face, the meme where the guy's patting himself down with which button to press.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Ooh, Cheesecake Owl wants you... So he's on the conspiracy that you...
Or else?
That you are the secret of success.
Cheesecake Owl, are you threatening me?
Ooh.
Or else what? Do you want the wizard to be angry?
Wow. I will be absolutely uncaring.
Yeah, Officer Ducky, get him.
Oh, man.
What?
Oh, man.
Or else what?
Or else what?
Go on.
I can't.
I want to know.
I can't wait until our comments start to irritate the well, they already are. That we've received multiple deletes from our comments on these videos. People have been censoring them. We've had companies disable their comments because of us. Amazon, a multi-billion-dollar company, disabled their comments because of us. And this was back when we first started the show. When we only had 6 views on Copy Critique, we got Amazon to censor all comments on their entire video series that they put out. It was insane. So these guys we're starting to get under their skin, because we're not just giving jokes here. We're not just poking fun at them. We're hitting them with truth. We're coming from a place of really sophisticated, very well thought out criticisms. These are not just arbitrary insults. We're hitting them with real feedback, and it's eating away at them. They're getting mad. So imagine when we have 100 comments in their things, and we're the topic of their board meetings, and they start sending representatives to our stream, and we get to talk with them. That's going to be fun. What's going on?
He says, or else I'll go to Instagram.
What does that mean?
See my face.
Oh.
That's okay. It's private now.
What? You privated your Instagram on the spot? What a coward.
He took a screenshot.
Nice.
Cheesecake Owl.
I mean, have you noticed that she has a profile picture in chat?
Yeah,
like,
literally.
it's like literally in chat. It's not that hard to find.
In chat. It's on the Discord.
Oh,
like,
my.
What do you want?
Yeah, I mean, it's on Discord. It's in her YouTube profile. It's pretty obvious.
Leave the poor woman alone.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Sherlock Owl.
All right.
I'm so shy.
Oh, are you? All right, boys and girls. Well, do we have anything else we need to address? Are we good? Good to close up the show?
I think we are.
All right, boys and girls.
Officer Ducky Owl is telling him to prove it.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the help, Cheesecake Owl. I appreciate it. And thank you guys so much. Let us know in the Discord. Make sure you join. Get your numbers in. And congratulations to Landonymous Owl. And congratulations to Sherlock Owl for getting their numbers in. Congratulations to OPBs for getting her numbers in. Congratulations to me, of course, for getting my numbers in. What do we got going on?
He said, well, the Pokemon get in the way.
The Pokemon do get in the way.
No, they are part of the photo.
That's true.
The EVs do not get in the way, okay? I am OPVs.
My word.
What would I be without the EVs? Just OP.
You? Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining the show. We'll see you again same place, same time, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Thank you for joining. I'll talk to you all later. Peace. Or not.
Or not. All right, we are back.